Hi viewers, thank you for joining me again on another episode of Weekly Dose of African Aviation on my channel Aviation Info, where as usual we always bring to you updates with what is happening all through the African aviation sector. Aviation Info is your African #1 YouTube channel where we always bring to you updates with what is happening with African airlines and equally foreign airlines that operate on the African soil. We bring to you amazing updates in our episodes tagged the Weekly Dose of African Aviation. Meanwhile, if you missed our previous episode, kindly click the link in the description to watch what happened in the African aviation sector in the past weeks. We've done a deep dive and we shall bring to you a lot of updates with what has been happening around. Right away, let's dive into the headline. In our today's episode, we shall bring you information from Cemair. We shall talk about JamboJet. Equally, we'll bring you information from egyptair. We shall equally be talking about Airline. We'll talk about Airlines. We will talk equally about Uganda. Equally, we shall talk about South African Airways, taag Angola, Madagascar Airlines. We shall talk about flightlink. We'll talk about Aviation Green Africa. We shall equally be talking about Flysaa. We shall talk about Air Tanzania. And we will equally be talking about African #1 airline, which is Ethiopia. Meanwhile, before we proceed, are you still new to my channel and you like my kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified first whenever I upload content. Going to the news in full, let's start with African #1 airline, Ethiopian Airlines. Ethiopian Airlines takes delivery of its 29 Dreamliner, the 11th delivered by AirCap. Ethiopian Airlines became the first African carrier to operate the Boeing 787-800 in 2012 and then the Boeing 787-900 in October 2017. It has placed the Dreamliner at the heart of its vision in 2025. Going to Kenya and talking about JamboJet, JamboJet introduced two second-hand -8400 to meet up its operational demands. JamboJet, Kenya Airways low-cost subsidiary, has already exceeded its pre-health crisis traffic volumes. 2023 should be an even more interesting year for the airline. To meet up this projected growth in traffic, the operator, which operates a homogeneous -8400 fleet, must boost up its capacity to meet up to the demands. The airline introduced two second-hand -8400. And going to Egypt, egyptair takes delivery of another Airbus 321neo, fourth in 5 months. Last February, egyptair welcomed its first Airbus 321neo, becoming the first operator of this aircraft in Africa. Over the course of its operation, the carrier has developed an ideal of this multipurpose aircraft that responds to the historical trend of a single-aisle market to move forward larger aircraft, which has a lower cost per seat. And talking about Airlines want to make Sharm el-Sheikh its second destination in Egypt. Airlines is one of the foreign airlines with the highest destinations in Africa, as it has been the case in the recent years. The Belgian carrier continues to expand its continental network, targeting markets with high potentials. And moving to South Africa, I'm talking about South African Airways. South African Airways chooses Sao Paulo as its first destination outside Africa in the post-restructuring era. South African Airways resumed commercial flight operations in September 2021 after 18 months of suspension and restructuring. Relaunched around a timid fleet of 6 aircraft, the South African carrier, in the process of privatization, is once again attacking long-haul flights and a market it has already proven itself. Moving to Madagascar and talking about Madagascar Airlines, the arrival of the first of the three Embraer 190 postponed to September 2023. On September 7, 2022, Madagascar Airlines, the new Malagasy national carrier, the result of the merger of Air Madagascar and its domestic subsidiary, signed a contract with an American lessor, Azora, for the lease of three Embraer 190. Delivery of the first copy will take longer than expected. Moving to Angola and talking about TAG Angola, TAG Angola will reopen its Luanda Porto route this year. TAG Angola Airlines recently doubled its frequency on its Luanda-Lisbon service from one daily flight to two daily flights. Expected since last year winter, the Luanda Porto route remains active in the carrier's plan. Tunisair introduced a rented Airbus 330 to its service to Montreal. To boost its capacity and meet up the demands of passengers on this route, the airline will now station another Airbus 330 on this route. And talking about Nigeria, Green Africa secures its fourth ATR-72 aircraft. Operational since August 12, 2021, Green Africa wants to use the power of air transport to efficiently merge the 36 states of Nigeria and later its regional service in West and Central Africa. As it gains experience and majority route, the private carrier founded by the former Morgan Stanley banker deploys a plan to bail out its fleet. And in Togo, Aviation inaugurates its first domestic route in Togo, linking Lomé to Niatougou in the north. Aviation is the latest addition of the empire of the Burkinabe business. The young company that took off earlier this year is set to become a major player in the West African regional market. And in Tanzania, Flightlink takes delivery of its first ATR-72-500. The vision of Flightlink, established in 2004, is to become the first safari airline in East Africa. The goal that the private carrier now wants to build around its ATR-72 aircraft that entered the fleet last year. And going to DRC, Kinshasa chooses a new Director General to lead congoairways. On Saturday, July 8, 2023, Congolese President Felix made a series of appointments at the head of a dozen public institutions, including congoairways, a new blow to try to relieve the national carrier in the great financial and operational difficulties. And talking about Cemair in its plan of expansion targets Victoria as its next international destination. Cemair, operator of the CRJ and Dash 8 aircraft, is targeting 30 aircraft by the end of the year 2023, a target fleet that the South African private company wants to use to continue to expand its international routes. And this has been all the updates we put together for you with regards to happenings all through the African aviation sector. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and are you still new on my channel? Please don't forget to subscribe.